If you are serious about making $10,000 a month this year, I have 7 different ways for you to make that $10,000 a month. If you've been researching ways in which you can make $10,000 a month and you are coming across people that make it sound really easy, all you gotta do is just create a website or a funnel or just start a business. And I wanna tell you that they are full of crap. Making $10,000 a month is not easy. Coming from somebody who has built a $10,000 plus a month coaching business, I've flipped properties, I've owned brick and mortar businesses like liquor stores. What I can tell you is that it is possible to make $10,000 a month. However, it's not going to be easy. But with the right strategy, the right systems and implementations, and some good, honest, hard work, I do believe that anybody can hit that $10,000 a month. Of these 7 ways to make $10,000, not every single strategy is going to be meant for every single person. And that's because every single one of us is inherently unique. We all possess a different amount of skills, we have different qualities, different personalities and characteristics that make us who we are. Our job is to figure out what is the best vehicle and the best skill set that really aligns with us to get us to that $10,000 a month. Now, the very first strategy on our list is definitely not gonna be for every single person. But if you are someone who loves meeting other people, you like talking, you like helping solving people's problems, and you really like the idea of unlimited earning potential, then sales could be right for you. In an article that was published in 2020, it showed that the #1 job held by billionaires and multimillionaires before they got filthy rich was in sales. Of the people that were interviewed, 2 out of 3 said that their talent as a salesman was a significant factor in their financial success. Now, I'm going to admit, sales is something that I've always avoided most of my life. And that is because when I would think of salesmen, I would think of those people at the mall kiosk who would do these weird tactics and strategies to get you to stop and talk to them and try to convince you and force you into buying something that you quite honestly didn't want or didn't even need. But what I didn't understand is that that really isn't sales. A really good salesman doesn't actually ever try to sell you anything. They're there to help solve a problem. And they have a product that they do genuinely believe in that can actually help you solve that problem. And I didn't really understand this until I started my own coaching business. You see, I had a desire to help people transform in the areas of fitness and finance and life coaching. And as much as I really wanted to help people, what I didn't realize is that there is a sales component to what I do. But what really changed the game for me was instead of trying to sell people, I genuinely tried to help them solve their problem. I offered ideas and products and services that would allow them to make that transformation. And once I understood that sales is about solving problems and helping people, that completely changed the game for me and really elevated my income. Now, it's important to pick a really high ticket product because if you're selling a $500 product and getting a 20% commission, that means that you're making $100 for every sale that you do. You're gonna have to sell over 100 of these items in order to make $10,000. However, if you sell a product that's valued at $20,000 and you're making a 20% commission, then you are essentially making $4,000 a sale. And within 3 sales, you're making over $10,000 a month. So I would be looking at products and services related to solar sales, medical device, could be pharmaceuticals, high ticket coaching programs, it could be HVAC or building materials, anything that has a very high ticket to it. Now let's say sales is not your thing, but you do have a very specific talent or you have some skills or passion in solving specific problems for people. I would recommend looking into online coaching. Online coaching is by far my favorite way of generating a lot of income, and that's because it was the thing that completely changed my financial journey. And it was the thing that allowed me to get to my first 6 figures a year and $10,000 a month. The most common misconception that people have with online coaching is thinking that they have to have a lot of degrees and accolades in order to be a coach. If you were able to solve a specific problem for someone, then you can be a coach. And perhaps it's a problem that you solved because you've solved it for yourself. Maybe you were really overweight at one point and you found a way that was really easy for you to get that weight off. Or perhaps you suffered with really bad skin and after really researching all the different types of products and home remedies and things, you were able to clear your skin up. Maybe you were a single mom who had a really hard time juggling taking care of the kids and still providing a living for your whole family, but you managed to overcome that. From staging homes for realtors, could be interior design, it could be teaching people how to cook or how to paint. Perhaps you know an instrument or a language. If you had any bit of a problem that you've been able to solve in your life, then you can be a coach for other people. The key to making good money as a coach is finding a very specific problem that you solve and finding your target audience. Now, perhaps you're someone who really doesn't like the idea of having to create products and service them yourselves, but you do have products that you absolutely love, or you're really good about sharing products to other people, then you may want to look at affiliate marketing. For those of you who do not know what affiliate marketing is, an affiliate marketer is basically almost like a brand ambassador or a sales rep, and you find particular products or services or companies and you help promote those things. And when you find new clients for that person or someone that buys their product, you get a portion or a commission from that sale. The key to being very successful in affiliate marketing is finding the right product and finding the right way of sharing that product. You're going to want to find products that have a pretty high ticket to them. I would be looking at things like software, high ticket coaching programs, products that are at least in the multiple thousands of dollars of range to $10,000 or more. The next thing is sharing that knowledge and building your audience. Now, some of the most common ways of doing this is through Facebook communities, blogs, going to Facebook groups and creating authentic connection and conversation with people and seeing if that product could be of use for them. Your success in affiliate marketing will be directly attached to your ability to grow, educate, and nurture the audience that you're building on the particular products and why they are such a good fit for them. Now, perhaps you're someone who's really into real estate and you love the idea of flipping houses or being in the real estate game, but you don't really like the idea of being a real estate agent and you don't have the money to flip houses, then I would suggest looking into wholesaling. Wholesaling is a great way of having very high upside potential and income, but really getting rid of a lot of the risk that comes with flipping houses and investing in real estate itself. Your job as a wholesaler is to find someone who's looking to sell their home. So let's say that you find someone who is willing to sell their home for $300,000, but you also know somebody who is going to be willing to buy that house for $330,000 because you know based on the financials of this house, they would be able to still cash flow as a rental property. But you could take your agreement to buy this house from this person for $300,000 and then tell the other person that they could buy the rights to that for $330,000. If they buy it, you've now made $30,000 off that particular home. In terms of its earning potential, you can easily make $5,000 to $10,000 transaction, but as you get really good, you can easily get into the five figures, multiple five figures, and there are even wholesalers who make multiple six figures on one deal. The key to being very successful in wholesaling is building your list up of potential sellers in addition to finding potential buyers and continuing to build those people up as well. Maybe you are someone who really loves to write. People pay some really good money to get writing services done. And so if you are someone who's really good at writing, editing, and the written language, then I would highly suggest that you look into doing something along the lines of writing and copywriting. Being able to effectively communicate and move people through the written language, or actually being able to help people do the same thing, can be very lucrative. If someone owns a business, has a product or service they want to sell, then odds are they may need copywriting services. And if you are able to effectively help them reach their audience and drive emotional pull to their audience to get them to understand why that product is good for them, then companies will pay you some really good money to do so. Or perhaps you're really good with the written language and want to help people edit. Take this girl, for instance, who's managed to grow her online writing services company from zero to over $300,000 a year on platforms like Fiverr. Now, this next one on the list is actually one that a lot of people don't think of, and I think could be very, very lucrative if done correctly, and that is test prep services. If you were someone who did really well on a standardized test or in school in general, or if you're able to assemble some people who are really intelligent, you can make some really good money offering test prepping services for other people. These could be tests such as the SAT or ACT. It could be things like the GRE or the MCAT. People will pay some really good money to score higher on a test. Could mean the difference of getting into a very prestigious school such as a Harvard or a Yale. Networking with a much high caliber of people, potentially getting a much higher starting salary getting out of colleges, as a lot of the top companies like to recruit from some of the best schools in the nation. Now, the common mistake that people make when it comes to this is marketing it as tutoring versus marketing it towards a specific result, which is earning more income, networking with the right types of people, or landing your dream college. This is the way that you want to go about test prep services. Instead of just offering one-on-one services charging, let's say $50 to $100 an hour, what I would do is actually offer small group services. So instead of charging that $50 to $100 an hour, you might charge 2/3 less at around $35 an hour, but coach 8 people at a time. If you charge $60 an hour and you get 4 clients, that's $240 a day. If you get 8 people at $35 for a 4-hour session, that is $1,100 a day. The key here is to not tie this to a specific cost per hour, but you're going to tie it to a specific result. So let's say that you know that for every 750 problems, you get an increase of 20 points. And I'm just using this as an example. What I would do is ask how much higher of a score you're looking to get. And then you're going to reverse engineer the math problem of, okay, well, if you're wanting 40 points higher, we need to do at least 1,500 more questions. 1,500 questions is going to take us about so many sessions, and this is going to be the cost. And you're just going to understand how many sessions you need to charge in order to get them that result and also pay you the amount that you're wanting to make. And you really can make great money with this. In fact, I actually talked to a coach personally that actually combined a test prep service with life coaching to really high net worth individuals, and her lowest ticket cost was $100,000 a year to coach their kids and prep them for college. Now, the last one on our list is a social media marketing agency, also known as SMMA. This one is a really fantastic one that can really earn you some major bucks. And in fact, I know people who make not only 5 figures a month, but they're making sometimes over 6 figures a month, meaning 7 figures a year in income. Social media marketing is becoming more and more prominent as time goes on because every single business, product, or service provider knows that the only way to keep your business alive is by generating leads. And one of the absolute best ways of generating leads is online through platforms like social media. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and more. And if you were able to help these people create a marketing strategy around social media to generate more leads, then you will absolutely be paid very handsomely for that. The key to generating a successful social media marketing agency is finding the right niche. You don't want to just offer services to everybody. What you want to do is offer a very specific service to a specific type of client. And ideally, this is going to be a client that also sells a very high ticket product or makes really good income themselves, so that they have a better budget in order to pay you. This could be things like doctors, attorneys, dentists, could be real estate agents, high ticket coaches, software companies, or any service or product that has a higher ticket. Let's say that you decide to do social media marketing for realtors, and you were able to help a realtor on average get 1 more client a month. And let's say that average home is between $300,000 to $400,000. Well, if that realtor is getting about 3% of $300,000, that's about $9,000 to $10,000. If you're charging this client $1,000 to $2,000 a month, they only need to get 1 transaction a year to pay for your service. So imagine if you can get just 10 clients at $1,000 a month, you're now making $10,000. The key to doing social media marketing is finding the right client and the right problem that you're going to solve that has a high ticket to it. But those are the 7 different ways in which you can generate $10,000 a month. If you found this video valuable, please be sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell as well. It would mean the absolute world to me. And please be sure to share it to a friend. Let's get out there and let's build that dream.